Hello friends, welcome to Digital Sanjeev online learning platform. Today we will discuss about input-output functions in C language. C language doesn't have any input-output functions to carry out its operations. Instead, it is implemented via standard library functions called header files. So now we will discuss what are the header files. Header files contain the declaration and prototypes of the functions used in the program files. In fact, it is a set of library functions which are divided into categories and saved in different header files having .h extension and which can be included in our source files to perform the actual operations. The most commonly used header files are stdio.h, which contains the functions related to standard input output, math.h, which contains the functions related to mathematics, conio.h, which contains the functions related to console input output, or we can say the screen related functions. String.h, which contains the functions related to string handling. alloc.h, which contains the functions related to dynamic memory allocation. dos.h, it contains the functions related to DOS interface to include DOS functionality in the C programs. stdlib.h, this header file includes the data conversion related functions. Next. This is the mind map of input-output functions in C. All the input-output operations are performed through header files. Header files contains formatted I/O and unformatted I/O functions. The formatted I/O functions can be further divided into two, that is printf for getting the output and scanf to get input from the standard input device. And unformatted I/O functions, again we can divide it into two categories: character I/Os and string I/Os. The character I/Os have basically four functions: getchar, getche, getch, and putchar, and string I/Os have two: getch and putchar. We will discuss all these functions in detail. So we have discussed input-output functions are of two types. One is formatted and other is unformatted. So what are formatted I/O functions? The formatted I/O functions allow better presentable view of data from standard input and standard output devices. So we have two formatted I/O functions. One is printf and another is scanf. So first let us discuss the printf functions. Printf stands for print in formatted manner. It can be used to write data in the required format from the computer to the standard output device. Normally it is a screen. What this printf function can have as its parameters or arguments: it can have single character, constant, variables, expressions resulting in numerical values, and strings. So printf can can show us the output in various forms as discussed. So we have syntax for printf. So the simplest form of printf function is printf parentheses open, double quote open, and it's a string constant, and double quote close, parentheses close, and semicolon. Every statement in C should be terminated by a semicolon. So this is the simplest form. Whatever we write here in the string would be replicated by the printf function. So the typical and most frequently used printf syntax is like this: printf parentheses open, double quote open, format string. Format string means we have already discussed about the format specifiers. These are the format specifiers which instructs the compilers which value it is going to save here. So like for integer we will use percentage %d, for floating point numbers we'll use percentage %f, and so on. Double quote close, comma, and this is an argument list. It can have one variable or constant or anything, and it can have more than one also. So hence it is called argument list. So it's actually a variable name or constant name. So this is the most typical string syntax of printf. So let us discuss its example also. This is our header files. We have to start our programs with the header file only. Hash include stdio.h. Void main. Void is the return type of this main function. We are saying here not to give any exclusive output or return type of this function. And we have declared two variables which is x and I, and we are using for loop here. For I equal to 1 semicolon, I is less than equal to 10 semicolon, I plus plus. So basically we are starting our loop from 1 and it will continue until the I is equal to 10, and it will increase its value by 1 every time. So actually we want to display a table of 2. So what we are doing here is since we have two variables, one is x and one is I. So I we have given a value, we have assigned a value 1 to it, and x, now for x we are using the formula 2 into I. Whatever the I will have, it will be multiplied by 2. So now we are using formatted output function here, that is printf. Printf parentheses open, double quote open, 2 and \t. \t here means we will put an extra space. It's a horizontal tab here, and then we'll put star here, star. Since it is enclosed in double quotes, so it would be printed as it is, star. And this \t is an escape sequence which has very special meaning in the C language. So it will put a horizontal tab gap. Then we have written 1 here. Sorry, it is not 1, it is I here. No, it is not I, it's 1. So it is 2 into I. I here is first time it is 1, and subsequently it will increase by 1 every time the loop iterates itself, and equal to, again we have put a gap, and here an integer value will come. What integer value will come? It is the variable which is x. What is x? X is 2 into, for first time it is 2 into 1 is 2. For next time it is, I would be incremented by 1, so 2 into 2, 4, and similarly 2 into 3 it will display us the table of 2 until 10. So next is scanf function. Scanf means scan or read the data in formatted manner. So the difference between printf and scanf is printf is output function and scanf is a input function. So whatever we write from our standard input device should be saved somewhere. So its syntax differs a bit. So what scanf function can display is can input is single character, a variable, expression is resulting from in numerical values and strings. Its syntax is scanf parentheses open double quote open format string as discussed before, comma, it's an argument list, sorry, it's a address list. Address list means ampersand, it will use the address operator. So address operator, so let us discuss here an example. But we have declared an array of in the name of by name, and it has size of 10, and we have just written a statement, it's a string, may I know your name please. And in scanf what we are expecting is %s, means we are expecting a string value, and it's a ampersand name. Name is an array here, and it would be saved in its address. The value would be saved in the address of name. So when we try to output see the output, then what we write is hello %s. %s means it's here a string value will come, and a string, what value will come? Name. Whatever name we have written through our standard input device would be displayed here. Hello ABC, how are you? So this way we can use our scanf functions to for formatted input function. Next comes unformatted IO functions. C language also have unformatted IO functions. We can say we cannot format them as we want. It will just display the output as it is, on as it is basis. So it can be character IOs, or unformatted functions can be characters, or it can be string functions. So the characters have three basic IO functions. One is getchar. Getchar function scans for one value, whatever we have written, and it echoes it on the screen as we type the enter key. We need to press enter key after every character. And next is getche. Getche is used to display the output. On the screen character wise, but the main difference is we don't need to press enter after typing the character. Then next is getch. Getch is also used to display a single character, whatever we have written, but it won't be displayed on the monitor screen. So it is best suitable for the password related programs. Next is putchar. Putchar is an output functions, so it will display one character in the standard output device. Next comes string IO functions. We have two string IO functions. One is getch. String as we know is a group of characters is called string. So it is used to scan a group of characters through standard input device. It can be keyboard. And another is putchar. Putchar is used to display a string character on the monitor screen. Definitely a string is always null, has a null terminated character, and putchar will ignore that last terminating character. It will just print the information whatever we have written. Thank you.